it's Creech, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made this Lil Mosey type beat. So we're going to start off with this melody. I'm just using this sound, the Fantasy Sounds XP bass gutter. It's called a plug. It's kind of more like a key or bell or some shit. That's what it sounds like. So in terms of the sound editing, really all I did here was I turned up the release. Release will essentially, when I press a note, and it takes a while to kind of fade out. That's because it has a long release, and it's denoted by, see this little line here, and obviously this is going to be different based on whatever plugin you're using, but this long tail signifies a long release. So kind of get a sound like that, it's got to be kind of bright and I don't know, kind of pad-like usually kind of works, but not the one that has a long attack. It still has to kind of be punchy. So I start off with these chords here, so essentially the full bar notes. So I start off with, I feel like most of the sounds he uses probably have 2 bar chords, but some 3 maybe, just because the sounds are really big in and of themselves. So you don't want to kind of overdo it by holding, having very large chords. So a lot of times you can just do like simple like 2-note chords. Now once you've done that, essentially you have a top melody that's over it. This is in 140 BPMs. I said BPMs, fuck. So basically I usually go with a top melody at this speed. You just go like 1/4 of a note as the length for a bar. So you can see it's split up into 4. So you just kind of play something. Yeah, just it sounds good, or you can do a certain scale. A note on music theory, in my opinion, if something sounds good, it works. It might be technically wrong or whatever, but it's kind of moronic to suggest that because something's wrong on paper that it doesn't sound good when it does to some people. So anyway, that being said, here is the melody that I came up with for this beat. And that's going to be a heavy focus in his beats. The drums are very wide open, very kind of basic. There's not a lot of attention drawn to the drums, not a lot of focus on the drums. So just went with the basically simple 808 pattern. It's kind of kept it on a C note except for these. And then I did this little stutter almost at the end. Just adds a little something. Once again, even when you're doing something in artist style, always make sure to make it your own thing or whatever. So anyway, here's the 808 pattern. I didn't go over the sound itself. Basically, it's just kind of a very smooth bass line that once again, it just doesn't draw a ton of attention to itself. It just kind of rocks along with the beat. Just a simple clap pattern here. And then a kick pattern that follows the 808 except for that stutter at the end. And then a hi-hat pattern. I added, so essentially it's just an 8th note with a few stutters here and there. One over here too. And then I just add these low notes just to give it a little more character. Just kind of help it flow a little longer as you're listening to the beat longer. Which is sometimes it's harder to do just as a producer than as an artist because, or as a listener, because you're hearing it without words, so it can get older much faster, get old much faster. So here's the hi-hat pattern. And that's pretty much it. A lot of people seem to hate on simple beats, especially ones that are very popular, without kind of considering that the beats are popular because they're simple. Overproducing is one of the worst mistakes you can make. Yeah, something I used to do a ton. But anyway, thanks for watching. Here's the final beat.